Welcome back, everybody, to MTG Family, and today we are going to do our second box of Duskmourn collector packs. Guys, this is one of the coolest new sets I think they've done. I've seen a little bit of the artwork now. I know some of the cards, but basically we're going to rip some packs. And you can join us on the journey as we figure out if we love the set, if it's playable, or if it's trash. But I'm going to assume it's a pretty sweet set. Anytime they have a good rare slot lands cycle, I'm pretty into it. If you've heard me on previous videos, you know that that's kind of where the value comes from. If you don't have a good land rare slot, you're kind of starting behind. But without any further ado, let's get into some packs. It is approximately 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday of the pre-release, and so we need to look at some Magic cards. So, let's just crush the pack on the first one. Great video content here. Alright. So we start off with the room. For those of you that don't know, that's one of the biggest new mechanics. Got a bunch of commons and uncommons I'm not going to waste too much time on. And then we've got our cool full art land. We've got Rip, Spawn Hunter. We've got Barbed Flare Gremlin, Fear of Missing Out. We've got Razorkin Needlehead, which I think is very playable. Enduring Courage, and our copy. I think all of our... Oh no, our first one was not. We got 4 red rares in a row. That was something different. Let's see if that continues in this packs. I'd be very, very curious if they do something strange like that. But, alright, so let's see what we can get in this next pack. We've got our commons and uncommons that stop on a mountain. We've got Swarm Weaver, Shriekwood Devourer, Nico Light of Hope, Zimone All Questioning, and there we go. We start off with a Kato Bane of Nightmares. Pretty sweet foil full art. So 2 mythics in that one. Pretty good. 2 people we've traveled through various planes with before. Okay, guys, so let's see what we get on this one. Gonna start with our commons and uncommons. Of course they had to have murder in this set. How could they not? Starting with a swamp. Tale of Tameo. Person from Commander. Enduring Curiosity. We got a mythic room. Funeral Room Awakening Hall. Pretty sweet. Chainsaw. And that's the pack. Alright guys, so pretty good so far with the mythics. Pretty good so far with the mix, other than the almost all red pack. Let's see what we get in this one. The new land cycle that's worth mentioning, other than the rares, is the common. And we've got another 2 lands, so that's pretty sweet in the common cycle. And our basic is a plains. Oh, that's cool. The Wandering Rescuer. Mythic. Got Sadistic Shell Game. Balustrad's Worm. Marvin, the creepy doll. And Enduring Vitality. One of the new mechanics that I think is pretty sweet is the Vitality, or the one on that card where if it dies, you actually get to have an enchantment come back, basically copy the creature without actually being a creature. Which allows you to keep whatever effects it had for the rest of the game, unless they destroy the enchantment. So, a little bit of value after dying. Always good. We've got our commons. Uncommons, starting with Forest. We've got our first new land. It's a dually if you control a swamp or a mountain. Fear of the Sleep Paralysis. Mariana. Got our second land. Nice. And Silent Hall Creeper. Tell you, these blue cards in foil look sick. For our last pack in this row. So guys, you'll notice I'm keeping track of the mythics and the new lands. I haven't been keeping track of the commander mythics because obviously they follow kind of like a different pattern as far as value and how often you actually find them. So we're starting with an island. Nice. Starting off with a land, forest or plains, gives you both colors. We've got Ghost Vacuum, the new ley line for blue, Cursed Recording as our foil. So we've got 3 lands and 4 mythics so far, and we're halfway through. Let's see what we get on this pack. Gotta get fired up for one, right? Gotta get fired up. Gonna get something cool. Let's see. Gonna get stuck in the pack. Alright. There we go. We've got our commons. Our uncommons. We're starting with a swamp. Reluctant Role Model. Charles Barkley. Giggling Skitter Spike. No thank you. Kona, one of the cards we're prospecting on in our other videos. We've got a new room. And Tyvar, the Pummeler. Cool looking mythic. Nice. Alright guys, let's crack a pack. Guys, let me know how you feel about this new method. I don't have any pull tabs, so some people were complaining before about the noise from the packs. There's nothing I can do with this set. They're not giving me the option. Alright, we've got a mountain. Valgaros Onslaught. The Master of Keys. There we go. Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Definitely one of the big ones. We got Silent Hall Creeper. And Winter. Alright. Let's see what we get in this one. Start with Impossible Inferno. The rest of our commons and uncommons. Not sure if there's any value in those right now. Got an island. We're going to have Hedge Shredder. Red Dress Fate. Waltz of Rage. The Ley Line of Hope. Overlord of the Hauntwood. Awesome. New treatment. This is, I think, the Japanese something treatment, if I'm not mistaken. Very, very cool looking card. Also another Mystic, so cannot complain. Alright guys, we're kind of crushing it. Let's see how we do on the next one. I'll tell you, a good box is so much better than a bad box with these new sets. And some of the treatments I'm not even familiar with. I think in a previous video I've missed like various raised foils and stuff just because it's impossible when you're sleepy to pay attention to everything. We're going to start off with the cool basic, or not basic, but common lands. 13 life or less for anybody, and they come into play untapped. We're starting with a plains. Okay. Ley Line of Resonance. Cool. Into the Pit. Nasha. Screaming Nemesis. Cool, cool. And Reluctant Role Model. Reluctant Role Model, you seem to find your way into a lot of my packs. Hope you're good, buddy. Hope you're good. Alright everybody, we're going to start with our commons, move into our uncommons, and stop at a forest. First card up. Come Back Wrong. Next we got a Phenomenon Investigator. Cursed Recording. Grievous Wound. Oh, there you go. This is our first card that we've gotten from the new, I don't know what these special guests are. Soul Warden. Definitely an awesome little treatment there. And for our last pack. We're going to start with our commons. And our uncommons. And we're going to stop at a swamp. First card up. Nice. Flood Farm Verge. Another one of the new Duel Lands. Glitch Interpreter. Entity Tracker. Another one of the cool new Duel Lands. And an Overlord of the Flood Pits. That is a great way to finish with another Mythic. Alright guys, we ended up with 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 Mythics and the Soul Warden. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the new Duel Lands. I'm going to say that was an awesome box. And we appreciate you for joining us. If you stayed around this long, let us know what we can do to make it better on the next video. And we will see you on the next one.